Hey guys, this is Pam, and I want to talk to you today about the right to be rich. Some of you guys have heard of Mr. Wallace D. Wattles. He is the author of the book, The Science of Getting Rich. Now, this is not this is the actual book, but what I did is I printed it out so I can have it in a workbook form because it's pretty much one of my life studies. So I actually read this book and listen to it on a daily basis. And what I decided to do was share with you some of the things and some of the principles that I'm learning. Now, the right to be rich, some people may kind of get things twisted a little bit, and they don't really, well, what I found out is a lot of people don't really have a healthy outlook on money and being rich and wealthy. It's not a bad thing, because in order to fulfill your life's destiny, you need to be able to have access to a lot of resources to fully develop your spirit, soul, and body. And if you don't have access to those things, your growth is going to be kind of stunted. No matter what your vocation or calling is in life, whether you want to be a motivational speaker or a pastor, or you working a job and just kind of advance through corporate America, you need to have access to certain resources. Now, some people may need a little more resources than others because of what their purpose and their destiny is in life. Not that one is more important than the other. It's just some things require a little more money than others do. Now, some things that require money, you may not actually need to pay money for, because somebody may see you, like you, or God just grants you favor, and what you need just ends up in your possession. That happens a lot, and that happens for people who have positioned themselves to receive that at the time that it's needed. I'm sure you guys have heard the saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. It's pretty much the same thing, because if you're walking out your destiny in life and you're following the path that you should be to reach the place called there, whatever your place of there is, you'll begin to notice that everything that you have need of will begin to come into your life, whether it's things or whether it's people, or maybe if it's just a few words of encouragement or some instruction or some direction in what you need to do. So, but anyway, this first chapter on the right to be rich, he pretty much sums it up what I just said. It's kind of like, not kind of like, it is your right. You have that right. A lot of people don't exercise that right, and that's fine. But they can't blame anybody else for them not fulfilling their own potential, because everybody has the opportunity, everybody has the choice to make something of themselves, to be mediocre, or to just whittle their life away. That is your choice. Nobody can stop you. You may have obstacles along the way that may slow you down, but I guarantee you those obstacles, if you keep an open mind and you focus on your goal, and you learn how to take situations and reframe them, and not always look at obstacles and setbacks as something negative or something that's trying to stop you or get in your way. I don't see it as being that. If you learn how to reframe your thinking and put those obstacles and those situations in a proper perspective, you'll realize that they're actually there to help you. Now, when you run into an obstacle or you run into a problem, that means that you were not prepared, or you are not ready to progress past that milestone. That means you're missing something. You have to learn a new skill, or learn a new whatever it is that you need to learn before you can progress to the next level, or before you can get over that hurdle. Once you take the time to actually learn those things that you need to learn, you can continue moving. And then you can actually take that obstacle and that hurdle and use it as a stepping stone, instead of using it as a barrier and making a reason and excuse for you not to progress. A lot of people do that, and I'm guilty of doing that myself at times. But what I've learned by reading and studying this manual is that nobody's responsible for my life and me reaching my destiny except for me. Nobody else can do what I was put here to do on this earth except for me. I have everything within reach that I need, everything that I'm going to need as I grow and as I progress in life. Everything that I have need of will be given to me as long as I keep moving and focusing and going in the direction that I need to go to accomplish the purpose that I was sent here to do. There is a quote that I want to share with you guys, and I thought it was really good. He said, to live fully in soul, man must have love, and love is denied expression by poverty. Let me read that again for you. It says, to live fully in soul, man must have love, and love is denied expression by poverty. Now, to explain that a little bit for you is, a lot of people, I don't think poverty is a epidemic. I think poverty is a mindset, and when you get your mindset conditioned and trained and conform to the paths of success, whatever success may be for you, you'll realize that poverty state, that mental garbage that has been built up here and here will begin to dissipate. It'll begin to go away, and you'll even begin to see life in a different way. And what it means by love is denied expression by poverty is, well, love is perfect, and something perfect has no room for poverty. Like I said, poverty meaning mindset. If you have a poor mindset, you can't be made perfect in love. So in order to be made perfect in love, you have to do away with poverty, and that's easy to do. It may be hard for some than it is for others, just because of their background and how they were raised, and it's probably a lot easier for others, which is fine. It's just going to take a little bit of extra work and dedication and focus on your part in order to drown out all those thoughts of poverty and poor thinking and stinking thinking, as a lot of people say. And if you don't know how to do that, a simple way to do it is cut off the TV. Stop watching shows that pretty much dumb you down. Don't watch bad news, movies that killed, and all this stuff. Everything that goes in here, your eye gate, and everything that goes in here, and your ear gate, it begins to affect you spiritually, mentally, and it affects your heart as well. You know, your thinking is it's tainted, it's warped, it's really done an injustice by all those negative things that you allow to go into yourself through your eyes and through your ears, what you see and what you hear. So you have to really guard it. Like, you ever seen or heard a monkey see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil? You should really take that to heart. Anything that has to do with anything negative speaking, don't allow your ears to be trash cans. Even if you have gossiping friends or family members, don't allow yourself to be a garbage can, a dump for them to unload in. If you can't take control of that conversation and turn it around and begin to talk about positive things, or things that's not going to cause the disruption of your growth, then you need to get off the phone with them. Space yourself from them as much as possible to where you're not being affected. Don't watch things that are going to disturb your spirit, that are going to disturb your thinking. Like me, I can't watch scary movies. That's just something, my personal preference. It bothers me. It begins to have a really negative effect on my thinking, and you know, I just don't want to live my life that way. When I grew up, I used to watch scary movies a lot, and because of it, I used to be scared of everything. I used to even be scared to walk in my own house by myself at night when I got off of work before I got married. So I knew it was a problem. I had to fix that. So, and stop speaking negative stuff as well. If you get a grip, put a leash on your tongue and train yourself how to speak properly and speak positive, your life will begin to line up with it. And some simple things you can do is start listening to inspirational stuff. Listen to audiobooks on personal development and inspirational stuff. Read inspirational books and self-help manuals, things that are put there to help you grow personally as a human being, as a business person, a spiritual leader, or a mom, dad, student. Whatever it is that you're seeking to do, begin to line yourself up with that, and only read those type of things and watch those type of things that's going to build you up, so and I thought that was really good. And back to the right to be rich. Everybody really should desire to be rich, and like I said in the beginning, a lot of people have they don't have really good or interpretation or understanding of rich and wealth, and because of the things that are portrayed on the TV and the news and movies about rich people, they're snobs. And I beg to differ. Over the last couple years, I've actually had the privilege of meeting some very, very wealthy people, and I have to tell you, they are the most down-to-earth people, the most kind, the most generous, loving, giving people that I've ever met in my life. And it really began to help me change my thinking and shift my paradigm, and you can't resent the rich if you expect to be one of them one day, because it's just going to be a conflict in your world. You can't hate rich people but still expect to be rich one day. It's just not going to happen. There's a conflict and it just won't happen. So like I said, stop watching all the negative stuff. Surround yourself with the people that you desire to be like and become. Get around people that are a lot sharper and more educated than you, to where they can sharpen you as you grow. So, and one more thing, Wallace D. Waddle said, which I thought was really good, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. He said, at the end of chapter 1, he said, "It is perfectly right that you should desire to be rich. If you are a normal man or woman, you cannot help doing so. It is perfectly right that you should give your best attention to the science of getting rich, for it is the noblest and most necessary of all studies. If you neglect this study, you are derelict in your duty to yourself, to God, and humanity, for you can render to God and humanity no greater service than to make the most of yourself." Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go ahead and share the video, leave me a comment, give me some feedback on what you think, and I will go into chapter 2 tomorrow. And once we get through all the chapters, I may start on Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and we'll just go back and forth, and we'll make this a life study. And each time we go over the same chapter, I'm going to pull out different areas for us to focus on and apply to our life. I'm going to share some stories with you, and in hopes that I can be of inspiration to you on a daily basis. Alright guys, thanks a lot, and remember, be the most powerful, authentic version of you. It's going to take some time to just be you. Don't try to be anybody else, because who's going to fill your place in time and space if you're busy trying to be somebody else? Be who God created you to be. He made you that way for a purpose. Be yourself. Be genuine. Be truthful. Speak the truth at all times, because somebody out there is waiting to hear from you. There's a certain a group of people that aside just for you to reach as you complete your journey throughout this life. So guys, it's time to focus. It's time to do what we came here to do. I thank you for the privilege and the opportunity of allowing me to help you with a little bit of inspiration on a daily basis, or at least through the weekday. I may post some stuff on the weekends, but that's time I really spend with my family. You know, you guys are my family too. But I set aside those 2 days, focus strictly on my family, nothing business or anything. So I love you guys. Remember, I love you. Be the most powerful version of you, because if you're out of place, who's going to feel it? All right. See you guys next video.